steal into transition bucket on the other end. Here, another steal for the Flyers. He beats everyone down the floor. His energy, Trey Lander's energy and leadership on the floor was the story of that first half. And look at his line, 13 points. He leads all scorers, 5 of 6 from the field, and 5 rebounds for Trey Landers in that first half.
Yeah, that 5 of 6 from the field, very common for these Flyers, leading the nation in field goal percentage. We'll see if Jalen Crutcher can get started. He has the ball right now, yet to make a shot. Mike Sell, the senior, to Chapman inside. The Flyers turn it over right away. Nice job of swatting that one away by Soriano.
Yeah, I was impressed with Soriano in that first half. He ended up with 4 points and 5 rebounds, 2 of 3 from the field. They got him the ball down on the post. He showed some toughness down there. And, yeah, he's impressive for a young guy.
With it right now, going against Mike Sell, has the size advantage. Nice jump hook. And Chapman with a rebound, pushes up to Toppin. Kicks it outside to Crutcher. Likes the 3 from there.
Crutcher ending the drought. He was 0 of 6 in that first half, 0 for 4 from 3. So the lid's off. He just wanted to get on that other hook.
Uncharacteristic.
The one on this end wasn't working well for him.
He was 4 out of 6 from 3 on Wednesday night. The last 3 games, close to 60% from long range. See if that can get him going here in the second half. Cobb saw an opening. That's a difficult shot. High off the glass. Soriano with the glass. The rebound, and Sanders kicks it out to Crutcher. You brought up a good point there at halftime when we were talking that Fordham is yet to shoot a free throw. Trey Landers misses from 3. We'll see if they can get it inside to Soriano more and get him to the line.
Yeah, and they need to attack off the dribble, too. They need to move the basketball and find some seams and then attack. A team that doesn't even attempt a free throw and a half is playing too passive. And Fordham's not a great shooting team anyhow, so to settle for jump shots is not going to be the formula for them.
Need to hurry this one up a bit. Shot clock now at 6. Cologne from deep at the top of the key in the face of Jalen Crutcher. Cut the lead to 19. They'll need a whole lot of that to get this one back to within single digits. Chapman to Mike Sell. Inside to Toppin, only made 3 buckets in the first half. Working on Soriano. Jump hook, a little short. And check out the rebound, in and out. Trey Landers will go to the line and shoot 2.
The threes weren't falling in the first half, but this half, start out with a couple of them. How about the cross-court pass from Obi Toppin, then the one dribble readjust by Crutcher, who knocks it down. Then in the other end, are you kidding me with how deep that thing was by Cologne? Yeah, the 5'10 junior knocks it down. Trey Landers picking up where he left off. Hustle play, physical stuff, grabbing an offensive board in traffic, and on the putback he gets fouled.
Landers now with a game-high 14 points, and he gets labeled a role player, but you put some personality to that, a face on it, you see that he shoots over 60%. His assist to turnover is better than 2 to 1. It's exactly the kind of veteran senior role player any coach would want.
He's a role player, but his role is vital, and he's a glue guy that keeps guys together. 11 points a game, almost 6 rebounds a game, 60% from the field because he doesn't take bad shots. And the hustle leader on the floor. If there was a statistic for hustle, he'd be their leading hustle guy. And now he's down in there in the post trying to defend Soriano.
Chapman, good defense on Austin. The pull-up, difficult shot for 2.
Chris Austin, that was a nice move.
Mike Sell tries to get it inside to Toppin. Got it. Spin move. And the foul called against Soriano.
Go back and watch Chris Austin work, and that's a tough shot. A contested shot for Austin. The freshman came last year and missed all of last year with an injury. His numbers haven't shown it yet, but they recruited him out of high school because he's a really good shooter with range, and then he's strong enough to go down and post you up and do what we just saw. So they're waiting for that shot to come back. And he's a freshman after sitting out with a medical last year.
Crutcher to Mike Sell. A foul called before Mike Sell made that bucket. Called against Chris Austin. Now he has 3 fouls. And just like in the first half, it's Fordham, the team, into a little bit of foul trouble early.
Well, the great ball movement by Dayton creates angles for them. And when they're moving the basketball, you get that defense to move from side to side. Guys help, rotations coming, screening. Then all of a sudden you have an opportunity to create fouls because the defense has bad angles. And that's what Fordham's not doing on the offensive end, not being patient enough to create those angles.
Cal Rose, number 3, has 3 in the game now, and already just over 3 minutes into this second half, and the Rams have committed 4 team fouls. Dayton has not committed 1 here in the second half. Trey Landers up top, leading scorer, 15 points. To Toppin, has it swatted away by Soriano. 6-11 played well there. Cobb all the way in, kicks it back outside to Rose. Didn't get the shooter's roll, and the rebound to Chapman.
A little flat on the shot, not enough arc on it to make it over the front of the rim.
Fordham now just 2 out of 11 from 3. Inside the Toppin, his second dunk of the game.
Well, and again, just great ball movement and the quick ball movement. The ball's not sticky when it's in Dayton's hands. It doesn't stay with one guy very long. It's in and it's out. And then that's how you move the defense.
Why they have 14 assists, and Fordham with just 3. That's a 3 from Cobb. Obi Toppin came in leading the nation in dunks with 71. He got 72 early in the game, and that's 73 with the forward.
What if numbers tell only half the story? At T. Rowe Price, our experts go beyond the numbers to examine investment opportunities firsthand, like innovations in the packaging industry to meet rising e-commerce demands, and agricultural research that could lead to the first allergen-free peanut. This is strategic investing, because your investments deserve the full story. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
In fast food, there's value. Then there's fresh value from Subway. Like the 6-inch oven-roasted chicken for just $2.99. It's seasoned all-white meat chicken raised without antibiotics. Start the year off fresh. Fresh value only from Subway.
There's a company that's talked to even more real people than me. J.D. Power, 448,134 to be exact. They answered 410 questions in 8 categories about vehicle quality. And when they were done, Chevy earned more J.D. Power quality awards across cars, trucks, and SUVs than any other brand over the last 4 years. So on behalf of Chevrolet, I want to say thank you, real people. You're welcome. We're going to need a bigger room.
DiGiorno Rising Crust Pizza now has even more cheese. It's so cheesy, you'll need a pickup line to go with it. Like, did it hurt? When all that cheese fell from heaven and landed on you? It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno, now with more cheese.
Rooted in faith and dedicated to the common good, our spirit ignites a boundless curiosity. Here, you leave the classroom and enter the world's workshop. Because when you learn by doing, the lessons last a lifetime. Knowledge is power, and action is powerful. University of Dayton. Our home is a powerhouse.
Most of the action in the A-10 coming up later on this evening. St. Bonaventure right now, halfway through the second half, in control against George Mason. Big win last night, Rhode Island against VCU. And Rhode Island was up by over 20 points in the first half, and that's 8 consecutive wins for them.
Yeah, they're playing really well right now. I had their game 2 weeks ago when they had LaSalle at their place. And I'm telling you what, their guard line is playing really well with a lot of confidence. Fats Russell, Jeff Doughton playing so well. And you have to have great guard play in this league to be good. And that's one of the reasons Dayton is so good. They have just multiple guards that can get it done. You're complemented with Mike Still and Obi Toppin on the inside.
Mike Sell with it now, back out to Chapman. There's their main guard, their point guard, their quarterback, Jalen Crutcher. Made his first 3 of the game earlier in the second half. Kicks it out to Mike Sell. Shot clock at 4. Toppin from 3. Got it.
And Dayton moved the ball around and then inside out, and they got Fordham just scrambling to try to get to the ball. Rotations behind, and you get a wide open look.
13 points now for Toppin, his second 3 of the game. Landers with the pick. Had Crutcher, gives it to Mike Sell. Back to Landers. And he's fouled. He'll go to the line. Now, moments ago, we showed you Obi Toppin with his second dunk of the game. This is his second three, and the Flyers are in control.
That's low, dog. Look at that. Wow. Oh, that's low, bro. I've seen lower.
Discover how low you can go.
Now that's Snoop Dogg.
With a quote from the General Insurance.
And he's riding with the General.
Yo, G, you drop the rates, I drop the beats.
For a great low rate you can get online. Go to the General and save some time.
Even for those with less than perfect credit.
Think he's coming back, bro?
Thanks. Let's go. I can.
No, I got it.
Sweet unholy cobalt. Is Brad's car better than mine? Better sign-up bonus? Better travel perks? Is that how Brad took that trip to Barcelona? Wait, Barcelona? Barcelona?
Steve, I got it on NerdWallet.
Ah. You said all that out loud.
Want a better credit card? We've got you. From the best rates to the best rewards, for all your credit card questions, turn to the nerds.
These folks, they don't have time to go to the post office. They have businesses to grow, customers to care for, lives to get home to. They use Stamps.com. Print discounted postage for any letter, any package, anytime, right from your computer. All the amazing services of the post office, only cheaper. Get our special TV offer, a 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/try and never go to the post office again.
In addition to a number 17, you also have two cute dogs in the house here. That one just came in late. Saw the other one getting on TV and said, I want some of that. Also was a treat to be had. So that was key. Atlantic 10, we're watching Dayton. They're on their way to being at 9-0. Rhode Island, we talked about them already, playing with the big win last night against VCU. Below Dayton, below Rhode Island, a lot of teams bunched together there. Which one do you like the most?
Well, VCU obviously is going to have something to say with the league before it's all said and done. I think if the tournament were right now, those three would be in. But I really feel like Richmond and St. Louis could play themselves into even an at-large bid before it's all said and done down the stretch. And then Davidson and Duquesne, I know that Davidson has been a disappointment so far. There's enough talent on those two squads that they're capable of getting hot and making a run in the conference tournament. So this thing is still wide open. And right now, you know, this league is at least a 3-bid league right now, and it could expand that depending on how this backstretch goes.
Dayton showing the press good outlet to Austin to beat it back out to Cobb. And Cologne will slow it down. So you think 3 teams get in from the A-10, or you think maybe more?
Well, I think there could be more. If it was right now, I think it would be more.
Missed dunk by Soriano. Well, he'd like that one.
That's a highlight miss, right?
Crutcher cross court to Chapman to Landers, back to Watson.
Look at this ball movement.
Crutcher, that would be his second 3 of the game, misses, and the rebound to Soriano.
Yeah, I think with everything it is right now, back to this, 3 teams would get in today, I believe. And I think that will hold.
And those 3, Dayton, Rhode Island,
and VCU.
Right.
And then I think Richmond and St. Louis could have something to say about that in the back end. They could play their way in this last part of the season, no question about it. So 3 or more, let's say that.
Ty Perry makes his first 3 of the game. That's the leading scorer for Fordham. Got off to a slow start here today. Chapman all the way in. Kicks it out to Watson, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Jalen Cobb.
Yeah, good awareness by Jalen Cobb, though. Had his back to the ball, but still had a feel for what it was and got a little piece of that as it was trying to be passed out to the corner.
All right, let's keep the A-10 talk going. You go to the bottom half. Which one of those teams, because it seems to happen in every conference in March, would you have confidence in sneaking up on people,
Well,
some of the higher-ranked teams there in that
I
tournament?
don't know how Davidson can sneak up.
Yeah.
Because they've been so good, but they've underperformed so far this year at 10-10, 4-4 in conference. But Davidson, that's what I'm saying. Davidson's scary right now.
So many good scores, and speaking of Cobb with a 3 there, but Davidson, as opposed to Fordham, does not struggle putting the ball in the hoop, even when they're losing.
Well, and Davidson's a team where you look at the record and go, oh, yeah, well, the upper teams in the conference should beat them easily. Well, that's just not the case. That's a talented team.
Landers out to Watson. He'll never see a more open 3, and he's short with it.
It's too open.
Now, Fordham now on a 6-0 run, the most life they've had offensively, not only in this half, but the game, cutting the lead to 16. Cologne patient with it. Good crossover. Kicks it out to the wing. Another 3, and that one's good. 9-0 run for Fordham. And from the corner, that was Ty Perry, his second 3 in this half.
Now, give credit to Cologne for that drive and kick going into the paint and kicking it to the corner.
See who, if anyone here on this possession for the Flyers, can end this run. Obi Toppin is in double figures, and go ahead and add 2 more.
And Jalen Cobb came to help, but he came way too late. He was going to come down from that guard line and try to dig that out, but at that point, Obi Toppin was so deep, he wasn't going to be stopped.
All of a sudden, Fordham's shooting it very well. They've made 6 of their last 8 field goals. Had Soriano for a second with that look as he turned Toppin around. Cologne kicks it back out. Perry's made 2 of those. And that one's short. Toppin with the board.
Didn't catch it cleanly that time, and so he had to regather himself. The other 2 he shot right in rhythm. That one wasn't in rhythm.
Toppin with 13 points. Crutcher back out to Toppin. Thought about the 3 all the way in. The scoop. And he'll shoot 2 after the foul from Perry. You know what I like most about watching Obi Toppin so close here? Wasn't scoring early, Blaine. I mean, he knows he's a National Player of the Year candidate. He was about 5 points, 7 points for a large part of that first half. Never showed any panic. Never took a bad shot. Let the game come to him here in the second half.
And look, now he sits at 6 of 9 from the field with 15 points and shooting a free throw and 6 rebounds. They call him the humble star. Like, he's a superstar, and his teammates know he's a superstar, right? They know he's the most talented guy on the floor almost every night. But he doesn't act like that, and he's unbelievably unselfish and loved by his teammates because of it. And one of the hardest workers. It's really nice as a coach when your best player also is one of the hardest workers. First guy in the gym to shoot, first, last one to leave, and but he just kind of quietly gets it done. And it's hard to be a star and have everybody like you, but he's getting it done on this Dayton team.
Toppin checks out here for a little bit. He's slapping 5 with people in the stands in the first row, went all the way down the bench and made some people smile there in the first row.
Maybe we'll get a treat before the night is over and he'll get a run out. Like if he gets a breakaway, you just don't know what he's going to do with it. Through the legs, around the back, whatever, he's going to throw it down. And Fordham, all of a sudden, the last several times down the floor, they're just moving better on the offensive end. Penetrating and kicking, and just as I say that, Jalen Crutcher anticipates the passing lanes and gets a steal.
Up to Matos, great look to Landers. He benefits with the easy 2, and all of a sudden the lead back up to 18 points.
Well, good feed, but again, Landers just keeps getting rewarded for running hard down the floor. He's just at the rim. You got to give him the ball.
Dayton taking care of the ball after having a conference-high 17 on Wednesday night at Duquesne. Only 5 turnovers here this evening. Shot clock now down to 7. Neubauer wants Cologne to get out of there. Tight defense from Chamaga and called for the foul. Leading scorer in this game, that man, Trey Landers, has the Flyers up by 18.
We've all been here before. The conference room, the speakerphone, the missing files. Not in the room, then you're not in the know. Well, this has been nice, but can we not? Microsoft Teams invites everyone you work with to work together. Be seen, be heard, be there when you're not. Share your files and your opinion, and maybe even a happy little fruit guy. When you're ready to unleash the power of your team, open Teams.
KFC's original recipe is made from a secret blend of 11 herbs and spices. And now you can get 2 pieces of my world-famous chicken as a $5 fill-up. A secret you can eat for just $5. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
I'm your 70-pound St. Bernard puppy, and my lack of impulse control is about to become your problem.
No, come on. I saw you eating poop earlier. My focus is on the road, and that's saving me cash with DriveWise.
I just feel stuck, Doc, and I'm hearing voices.
You feel stuck because you are stuck in a giant chocolate bar.
Huh. What about the voices?
That's me.
There it is again.
Great. This is so cool.
Zillow welcomes you home. Because we're reimagining how people rent. With the most rental properties, you never miss out on a home you'll love.
They are.
This is more than a game. This is athletic excellence meets academic discipline. With every second on the court, bodies are moving and minds are working. Solving problems, setting records, developing skills for basketball and beyond. This is dedication. This is strength. This is the Atlantic 10.
Take a peek now at what's coming up on the ice. Great one tomorrow. 2 of the greatest players of all time and 2 teams playing very well too. Sidney Crosby and the Penguins take on Alex Ovechkin and the Capitals. It's the NHL on NBC tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Here in Dayton, the number 7 ranked Dayton Flyers. I don't want to say they were in trouble, but they felt Fordham coming here in the second half as the Rams got hot. But now Trey Landers with a tying a season high with 18 points and the cushion for Dayton back out to 18 points.
And we see part of his line, 18 points and 7 boards. But how about the fact he has 2 assists, 2 steals? He's had the ball in his hands a bunch, has 0 turnovers in this game. He's got a great line going.
And we just saw right there Landers and top in the top 2 scorers for Dayton today with 34 points. And Fordham as a team with 34 points. The Rams have just made 14 out of 38. A tandem for Dayton. Up at 60%. Shot clock on the run. Terrific defense by the Flyers.
And Dayton came out of that timeout a little more stingy defensively. They were quicker to those gaps. And the last few times on the floor, Fordham's been able to get to the seam, get to a gap, and force a help situation and find an open guy. That time, but Dayton was on it.
Flyers sharing the ball very well here, especially in the second half, although they turn it over right there. Cobb with the steal and the strong finish. That's what happens when you're going to point out that the assist-to-turnover ratio is at 3-1.
Yeah. It leads this, Jalen Cobb leads the team in scoring, assists, and steals. So we saw the steals, the steal, and the scoring on that one.
And Fordham with a lot more fight in this half. Chamunga says, I'll show you this dunk.
That's great interior passing, but Watson set that thing up by penetrating.
Cobb dunk to a Chamunga dunk. Lead back to 18. As we hit the 10-minute mark here, the second half. Difficult 3 there, the pull-up, and Landers with another board. Crusher, eyes up court to Landers, wanted to go inside. Matos still looking inside. Crusher to Watson, guarded by Portley. Nice pick by Chamunga. Rolls back to the hoop, and with the left hand, pretty.
I'll tell you, I like seeing Chamunga in there and contributing on the offensive end and being aggressive and playing tough defense, because I think they're going to need him come NCAA tournament time to be good.
Yeah, you mentioned that one concern you would have about Dayton in March, getting into late March, is a lack of big bodies in there, and that's 6'11".
And he's
showing up a little bit today.
And he's showing you that he can be active and move and do all of that.
Obi Toppin still on the bench. Getting a rest here with 16 points, 6 boards today. Leading scorer is Trey Landers. He's on the court, has 18. Crutcher lost his footing and turns it over once again.
For the at the anticipation by Jalen Cobb. Gets in the passing lane, and then he finishes strong on the other end, a run out. And then how about Chimunga with the flush there? I love the penetration that time by Watson. Draws the defense, help defender comes over, and then gets it inside on a little shuffle pass there.
Chimunga with a nice effort, already 6 points. Only averages 3 for the season. Tight defense there, and the foul called against Jerry Matos. Just 2 team fouls in this half against the Flyers. That's Cobb for Fordham. Going one-on-one against Watson. Difficult pull-up. Nice defense. Chimunga with the ball. A lot of one-on-one today for Fordham on the offensive side.
Ibby Watson did a fantastic job of staying in front of the ball. That's not an easy thing to do. Use the baseline to cut the offensive player off and did a nice job.
Boy, Chimunga had Rose posted up as Watson missing a 3 and the rebound to Perry. We have Landers, Crutcher, and Obi Toppin on the bench, getting some needed rest there for the Flyers as we hit the 8-minute mark with an 18-point lead for Dayton. Rose back out to Cologne, left wide open for the 3 and drills it.
Boy, he had enough time to line that one up, calibrate it, and get it off. Nobody rotating out after the help.
You know, Anthony Graham wants to see his team put Fordham away here. They couldn't do it in the second half at Pittsburgh when they played Duquesne on Wednesday night. Let a 19-point lead vanish down to 2. Matos to Mike Sell, and Watson with an open 3. Love the ball movement.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And just how many times you see just quick touch pass, bam, bam, right around the horn. They create rotations on the defense and find the open guy. They really have a great understanding, this whole team, of where to go with the basketball to counter what the defenses do.
Portly thought about that against Chimunga. And the ball knocked away. Steal for Dayton. They do not have numbers. Watson pulls up. Kick it inside to Chimunga. Good look. And did not have the angle there. And I think they got Brian Mikesell for the reach-in foul. Fordham keeping it as close as they can as we're now inside the 7-minute mark.
Rooted in faith and dedicated to the common good, our spirit ignites a boundless curiosity. Here, you leave the classroom and enter the world's workshop. Because when you learn by doing, the lessons last a lifetime. Knowledge is power, and action is powerful. University of Dayton. Our home is a powerhouse.
With Domino's $5.99 mix and match deal, you can feed a family of 4 for about $3 per person.
My wallet.
Or your daughter can.
Keep the change.
Feed a family of 4 for about $3 per person with the $5.99 mix and match deal at Domino's.
Oh, hi, Samantha. You look more like a Heather. Do you ever get that? It's nice to finally meet you in person.
You're Pete Nokia?
Oh, the pic? That was actually a professional headshot? Oh.
I'm sure that's it. Yeah.
I think I lost a few pounds recently, too. I'm actually doing a juice cleanse. Wait, you don't...
With Geico, the savings keep on going, just like this sequel. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
No.
What?
Your face.
Your face.
What?
You got the whole thing.
Low fares to Mexico, Central America, the Caribbean, and Hawaii.
Break out the butter. Lobster Fest is on at Red Lobster. If you've been dreaming about tender, wild-caught lobster, dig into butter-poached, fire-roasted, and shrimp and lobster linguine. Dreams do come true. Or if you like the taste of New England without leaving home, try lobster sautéed with crab, jumbo shrimp, and more. Or maybe you'd like to experience the ultimate surf and the ultimate turf. With so many lobster dishes, there's something for every lobster fan. So hurry in and let's Lobster Fest. Or get pickup or delivery at redlobster.com.
Jimmy Roberts back in the studio. Game 2 of our A-10 doubleheader features St. Louis taking on St. Joe's. Junior guard Ryan Daly leads the Hawks in scoring, rebounds, and assists. That's coming up after our game concludes. Back out now to Paul and Blake.
Here inside Dayton Arena, the Flyers beginning to pull away a little bit, leading by 18 against Fordham. At halftime, terrific scene here. This is U.S. Marine Corps veteran Aaron Zern. Thought he was just being honored for his service at halftime, but with a huge surprise was presented with a mortgage-free home. He and his wife Brittany and their 3 kids. A lot of cheers, a lot of tears as well. It was a really fun one to watch there just after the first half ended.
Yeah, it was cool. You and I were standing over in the portal as we went to halftime and got to witness it. What a great moment and what a great honor.
They were truly surprised. They had no idea.
That's so cool. I don't know how you keep a secret that big, but they were absolutely surprised by it. It was really neat.
Top scorer for Fordham with 14 points is Jalen Cobb. He has the ball. Kicks it out to Perry. He has a couple of threes in this half. Pull up. Swish. And Fordham cuts the lead to 16.
The heads-up play by Ty Perry there where he's the best three-point shooter on the team, but he passed on the 3 because it was contested. Put the ball on the floor and got an uncontested mid-range shot.
Another wide-open 3 for Watson. Missed that one. Good hustle play by Chapman and foul call.
Mikesell kept that thing alive. And then Chapman was the one that was coming up with it.
Now those 2 are roommates coming in right now. Obi Toppin and Jalen Crutcher checking in. I talked to them both yesterday. I thought I was going to talk mostly to Obi Toppin, but he was so deferential to his elder statesman there. Jalen Crutcher, you can really tell he looks up to him and wanted him to do most of the talking. That's 4 fouls called against Jalen Cobb.
And they're both, you notice he's talking very respectful young men, right? Yes, sir, and no, sir, and thank you, sir. And
I asked him, because I remember how it was with roommates. I said, okay, which one, when the kitchen gets dirty, who puts the dishes away? Who does the cleaning? They're like, we never eat at home. We eat out every single meal, so we don't have that problem.
Hey, that sounds like our house.
Part of the reason they still get along. They don't have the household duties to worry about that.
Well, and they're great. They're so close to one another when they're on the floor together. They don't have to say anything. They know what the other is going to do, where he's going to move. That's one of the reasons this team is so good.
They genuinely like each other. Ryan Mikesell, I talked to him a little bit earlier before the game. We'll see him gets beat but comes up with the smart play. And I asked him best part of playing on this team, and he kind of echoed what I felt yesterday talking to Crutcher and Toppin. He said, everybody likes each other.
Yeah.
We enjoy being around each other. Great chemistry. Another missed 3 and the rebound to Matos. Chapman looking inside to Toppin, who was checked back into the game as we saw. More examples of the quick passing, working around the perimeter, waiting for someone to be open. Toppin inside, nice pass to Matos, difficult shot. Thought that might have gone off against Portly, but called against Dayton, and it'll come back to the Rams.
And Matos, when he went in and got doubled right there, he could have kicked it right back out to Obi Toppin. Toppin got it inside to him. When he got doubled, Toppin wide open, get it back out. And that's typically what this team does. They make that extra pass, get the wide open guy, don't take a tough shot. That's how you shoot 52.8% from the field.
Portly, a lot of pivots. Shot clock down to 10. Cobb, difficult 3, not close. And the rebound to Matos.
That's a tough one. I mean, Fordham's had way too many of those. They're not making the extra pass in a lot of situations where they're taking contested tough threes from deep.
See the big difference with the way Dayton gets open. They do it with passing, and nice penetration there. In more of the passing, Matos with an open look. Couldn't make it, and Soriano with a rebound. On the other end, talking to Jeff Neubauer yesterday when he told me we don't have a lot of presence at the rim. We're seeing that personified with the fact that Fordham has not shot a free throw yet today. It's what you expect when you don't work it inside. A bit of a break there by Portly, but it finds its way in.
Stopped and made its way in. And it's good to see Antoine Portley out there playing big minutes in this game, because they're gonna need him, and to have the senior leadership out on the floor. And to their credit, even when this game seemed like it's been way beyond, they're still out there battling, and they've had some little runs here.
Mike Sell not expecting that pass, and Soriano denied him. See if Fordham can cut this lead down. Right now they trail by 15, just inside of 4 minutes. That's a 3. And they do cut the lead. It's now 60-48.
And what I've been most impressed with by Fordham in this game is that they haven't gone away.
Haven't gone away, and they played their best offense here in the second half. Matos down the lane, up and in. Missed the layup, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Fordham, a lot of battle and some offense here in the second half. They trail by 12.
There's a company that's talked to even more real people than me. J.D. Power, 448,134 to be exact. They answered 410 questions in 8 categories about vehicle quality. And when they were done, Chevy earned more J.D. Power quality awards across cars, trucks, and SUVs than any other brand over the last 4 years. So on behalf of Chevrolet, I want to say thank you, real people. You're welcome. We're going to need a bigger room.
KFC's new wings. I'm getting very, very hungry. Buffalo. Honey barbecue. Nashville hot. Not dreaming? Nope, not dreaming. That's a bunch of new Kentucky Fried Wings. Get them at KFC or delivered free.
Wasn't me, baby. No, it wasn't me, baby. Baby, wasn't me. Must have been some other body. Baby, wasn't me.
Free 2-hour grocery delivery. Now with Prime.
You're not going to drive without insurance. That's as crazy as starting a skunk farm in your backyard.
Easy, Petunia. Back up. Seabreeze. I gotta call the general.
Thinking of driving without insurance? Don't delay because you've missed a few payments. From your home.
And on your phone.
The General has affordable rates even with less than perfect credit.
Just got insurance from the general. Smell you later.
For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
Jimmy Roberts back in the studio, getting closer to tip-off between St. Louis and St. Joe's. Junior guard Jordan Goodwin leads St. Louis in scoring, more than 15 points a game. That is coming up shortly, but right now let's head back out to Dayton, rejoin Paul and Blaine.
Hey, just a little while ago here in the second half, Dayton led by 22 points, and now the lead is only at 12.
Well, it's because Fordham has been much more efficient offensively here in the second half. Look at that first half, the number 17 points on 8 of 26. They shot 30% in the first half. Here in the second half, 12 of 23, 7 of 11 from 3. So they're almost 64% from that three-point line in the second half, over 52% from the field. And you got to give them credit. When they could have just gone away when they were down 22, and there's been many points in this game where it looked like Dayton was going to run away with it. Fordham just keeps scrapping.
Matos was only 1 out of 4 in the season from the line before that. Makes 1 out of 2, lead to 13. And to see now what Fordham does to get even closer here. Their top scorer with 17 points is Jalen Cobb, number 2. He just passed the ball, threw it away, turned it over. What a look to Chapman. Gave it to him a little bit too far under the basket. They're going to have Cologne with the foul. And well into the bonus now is Dayton. And that's 9 team fouls against Fordham. Huge difference of free throws so far. As we have pointed out, the Fordham Rams have yet to shoot a single free throw here today.
And that really is the difference in the ballgame.
And Dayton is 11 out of 17. Make it 12 out of 18. Premier League continues tomorrow morning as defending champions Manchester City visit Tottenham in North London. Tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, Tottenham versus Manchester City, only on NBC SN.
drastic difference in the way these two offenses have gone. Even though Fordham shot the ball well this second half, they've not played where they're going and attacking the rim and haven't had a real presence inside where Dayton moves the ball and attacks those seams and go at the rim. That's why they're getting fouled in the act of shooting and getting to the line.
They've made 13 free throws. Big reason why they have a 15-point lead against a team that hasn't been to the line yet. As we approach the 3-minute mark, Fordham looking for its second win in the Atlantic 10. Dayton looking for an 11th win in a row and to move up from their overall number 7 ranking in the nation. They're the only unbeaten team in the conference so far. Cobb drew the foul right there against Obi Toppin. And that's only the first foul against Toppin. Having a typical game, 16 points on an efficient 6 out of 9 shooting. Also has 6 boards. Plenty of time here now for the Rams. Shot clock at 20. Although they do need to hustle considering we're just inside the 3-minute mark and they trail by 15. Portly to Soriano. Man-to-man defense from Dayton. We've seen both teams playing a heavy dose of man all afternoon. Now the shot clock's down to 2. Portly with a step-back 3, in and out. And a rebound to Chapman. And to see which one they called the foul on here. And from the reaction, that's against Ty Perry. That's the 10th team foul against Fordham. He doesn't like it. The 2 free throws coming up here for Chapman and the Flyers.
10 team fouls on Fordham as you watch. Good inside position that time by Chapman. And Ty Perry just came over the top. But 10 team fouls now for Fordham. And Dayton only has 4 fouls. Dayton's only fouled 4 times in the second half.
Chapman's made 3 out of 4 today. Now 4 out of 5. That's how, you see that right there? That's how Anthony Grant coached the entire hour and a half of practice I saw yesterday. Never raised his voice.
Yeah, no,
just a lot of talking and discussion to the players.
When you see him, though, as soon as he comes over and starts to make a point, everybody goes completely quiet. And he just has command of this basketball team. They have tremendous respect. He doesn't have to raise his voice because when he talks at all, everybody completely pays attention in practice. It's fun to watch. And I agree with you. I was standing talking to Anthony Day. I'm looking at him going, this dude could play right now.
Right.
He is in great physical shape.
Very good player here from 83 to 87. Portly knocks it down.
That was a contested 3, hand in the face, and he just elevates up and knocks it right over the top.
Portly had a couple of huge shots in the final moments on Wednesday night to send the St. Bonaventure game to overtime. Mike Sell to Toppin. Toppin out to Chapman. Shot clock at 15. Showing that patience in the ball movement. Crutcher takes the pick from Toppin. Inside, easy 2.
And with Toppin, it's like he can jump out of the gym, but he's so long he hardly even has to jump to do that one. That was like all one motion.
Right.
Just picked it up, kind of just jumped up a little bit, threw it down with 2.
Almost to his average now, 18 points. He's averaging just under 20 per game. Portly thought about another 3, kicks it inside. And that's an easy call against Soriano. Nice job by the senior Mike Sell.
Let's go back and watch. It's just a classic pick and roll play here with Toppin coming out and setting the screen. And after he sets the screen, talk about the roommates. They know how to run that pick and roll. Just reading each other's movements. That's how you draw it up.
Obi Toppin looks like he might be checking out. Yes, he is. Chimanga comes in and Toppin checks out. He made 7 out of 10 shots today. 18 points, 6 rebounds. And he has changed the kind of people that are coming to watch here inside University of Dayton Arena. I had someone tell me yesterday, we've always had pro scouts come through here. Now we have general managers coming to the game. 3 here today, and that's typical. And there he is spending time with the fans. Being around him for 24 hours, smiles a whole lot.
And Anthony Grant says he just plays basketball. He enjoys it so much. He plays the game with joy. He loves to play basketball. And And you can see it on his face when he's out here. He's just enjoying himself. And like you said, both times we've seen him come off, go over to the bench and go up into the crowd, and he loves it.
Talking to him yesterday, he said he committed on campus during his visit. He'd never been here. Got on the plane at LaGuardia, and there were some Dayton fans on that knew he was coming. And he said that just set the table and felt like family from the time he got on the plane out of New York City to visit. And while he was on that visit, told Coach Grant, I'm coming, sign me up.
Oh,
Cobb getting the shooter's bounce.
Touch for Jalen Cobb. And you know, people ask when they see him, man, how's this kid not at Kentucky or Duke or someplace like that? And well, he was 6'2" as a sophomore in high school, 6'5" as a senior.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, and now he's 6'9". That's because he was a 6'5" guy, not a 6'9" guy. Beautiful.
Crowd loves it. Christian Wilson, the sophomore from right here in Dayton, with a three. So Fordham had the second half deficit down to 12. It was at 22. And now the Flyers very close to an 11th win in a row. And a lean in and a foul called against Cohill. And as for that 7th ranking now, Blaine, very good chance for the Flyers to move up because Florida State, even though they won today, they started the week ranked ahead of Dayton, but they lost against Virginia. So I would imagine if you're a Flyer or a Flyer fan, you're thinking that Monday will start with a number 6 ranking.
Absolutely.
We saw some of the teams listed ahead. If we can see that list once again, if we can see where Dayton is in the top 10. Interesting because you've called a San Diego State game or two this year. You've called Gonzaga. How do you compare the Flyers against what you saw from those two teams who are right now ahead of them?
It's funny. San Diego State and Dayton are like they're opposites of one another. That would be a phenomenal matchup. San Diego State is one of the best defensive teams I've seen. They are so unbelievably athletic. And then, you know, they shoot the ball well, too. They've got guys that can score now, too. But that would be a great matchup. This Dayton really fluid, well-oiled offensive machine against San Diego State. I hope we don't see that until it's the Final Four, though.
Final seconds will tick off. Fordham will remain with only one conference win. Dayton is the only unbeaten team in the Atlantic 10. 11 wins in a row and a perfect 9-0 record in the A-10. 13,000 plus enjoyed what they saw as the Flyers pulled away as the game got longer. They walk away with a 70-56 win. This is Paul Burmeister for Blaine Fowler and our entire NBC crew.